Hey there. Well, we can agree there are a bunch of different parts to music notation. There are the notes and there are the lines and everything else. In this video, we're going to be talking about the note duration. This is the rhythm, how long each note gets. And so with that, then we can look at all the different types of notes and talk about how they relate to each other. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to this channel. So here are our basic notes right here. These are our main ones. And we're going to start with this one on the left, the whole note. So this is the longest note in music notation. We can bridge these together and make up two of these next to each other, but in general, this is the big one, and it gets 4 beats. And so this is all music, we're just talking about beats, how long it exists in time. So this is 4, and this is the big one. Now, if you notice, as we go on, we just start cutting these in half. So this is 4, the next note will be 2, the next note will be half of that 1, the next note will be half of that, a half. So we just keep splitting things in half, and that's how music notes are organized. And so this is a half note. It gets half of a whole note. So that would be 2 beats. So if we count these, we would just count 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the way that we would count that. Now our next note is the quarter note. And just like a quarter of anything, it is 1/4 of the whole note. And so there are 4 quarter notes for each whole note, or 2 for each half note. And so we're just splitting things in half. Going down the road, we're just slicing in half. Well, so far we've been just talking about whole numbers, 1, 2, and 4 beats. Well, now we start getting into a fraction of a beat. And so when we do this, we start to use a flag. We hang a flag over the side of it. And so one flag means a half of a beat, and that is called an eighth note. And so 2 eighth notes equal a quarter note. And again, it's just basic fractions. So then we get into the 16th note, and there are 4 16th notes in 1 quarter note, and 2 16th notes in 1 eighth note. So we're just going right down the list here. We also have, and these are less common to see, but we also have 32nd notes and 64th notes. Technically, we could then have 128th notes and 256th notes. We just keep chopping it in half, down and down and down. And so technically this could go on to infinity, but it wouldn't make sense to write things that way. So we just would change the speed and then write it in an easier way to look at. Now here are all the notes together. Once we combine some of these flags, then we just put the bars across them. So if you see 2 notes connected with a line across them, those are the same as the flags. So if you're clapping and counting these, which is great practice in your music anyway, then for eighth notes, you will count 1 and 2 and. So then the second one gets and. So 1 and 2 and is how we count eighth notes. 16th notes, we oftentimes count 1 E and So 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and is the way that we count the 16th notes. Well, this is note duration. This is all about being in time, and to do this and to make the notes make sense, we have to keep a steady rhythm, and a metronome is great for that, but we definitely want to keep the rhythm steady or else things don't make sense. You know, if we have a very long note and we play at one speed, but then things speed up, well then the relationship between the notes doesn't make sense anymore. So we have to keep the rhythm steady, or the beat steady, for all of this stuff to make sense. Many thanks to musictheory.net for these slides, and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to this channel, and we'll look at more music theory. All right, have fun.